You are a soul carrying a corpse, as Epictetus used to say. Change. Nothing inherently bad in the process, nothing inherently good in the result. There is a river of creation, and time is a violent stream. As soon as one thing comes into sight, it is swept past and another is carried down. It too will be taken on its way. All that happens is as habitual and familiar as roses in spring and fruit in summer. True too of disease, death, defamation and conspiracy, and all that delights or gives pain to fools. What comes after is always an affinity to what went before. Not some simple enumeration of disparate things and a merely necessary sequence, but a rational connection. And just as existing things are harmoniously interconnected, so the processes of becoming exhibit no mere succession, but a wonderfully inherent affinity. Always remember Heraclitus. The death of earth is the birth of water, the death of water is the birth of air, and the death of air is fire, and back again. Remember too his image of the man who forgets his way home, his sayings that men are at odds with their most constant companion, the reason which governs all things, and their everyday existence takes them by surprise, that we must not act or speak as if asleep, and sleep brings the illusion of speech and action, and that we should not be like children with their parents, simply accepting what we are told. Just as if a god told you that you would die tomorrow, or at least the day after tomorrow, you would attach no importance to the difference of one day, unless you were a complete coward. Such is the tiny gap of time. So you should think that there is no great difference between life to the umpteenth year and life to tomorrow. Think constantly how many doctors have died after knitting their brows over their patients, how many astrologers after predicting the deaths of others, as if death were something important, how many philosophers after endless deliberation on death or immortality, how many heroes after many others they killed, how many tyrants after using their power over men's lives with monstrous insolence, as if they were themselves immortal. Think too how many cities have died, Hellas, Pompeii, Herculaneum, innumerable others. Go over now all those you have known yourself, one after another. One man follows a friend's funeral and then is laid out himself, then another follows him, all in a brief space of time. The conclusion of this? You should always look on human life as short and cheap. Yesterday sperm, tomorrow a mummy or ashes. So one should pass through this tiny fragment of time in tune with nature, and leave it gladly, as an olive might fall when ripe, blessing the earth which bore it, and grateful to the tree which gave it growth.